DoubleStack XL 10-quart capacity air fryer. So we all know that Ninja is incredible at air fryers. We've been doing air fryers for many years, but we wanted to bring something to you new, and that's vertical. Now, this is essentially 2 air fryers in the space of 1. So it's a vertical air fryer, and it has 2 separate fans and essentially 2 separate cooking environments. So you can cook things together, like some roasted potatoes I have here. And I want to show you what else I can do in here. I can actually cook a full-size chicken in here. So I just want to repeat this number just so you can get it. This is K98335. This is the Ninja DoubleStack XL 10-quart, and it actually has 2 individual baskets. So on the top, I did some roasted potatoes, and in the bottom here, look at that incredible whole chicken. And this cooked in less than an hour. So this really is fast, rapid cooking with that tech that Ninja loves to bring to you. So I want to explain to you what types of functions we have. So like I said, 2 separate air fryers. You have the top, you have the bottom, and the functions that you have to use here are air fry. So your general air frying, great for those frozen snacks. We have air broil, we have bake, we have roast, and we have reheat and dehydrate. Now you can totally use a single basket if you want to just, cook up those English muffin pizzas or those pizza rolls, but you can use 2 at the same time if you'd like. And that's wonderful for being able to get out a whole meal in one shot. So what I did earlier is I cooked my potatoes on the top. I had my broccoli in there for like the last couple minutes. I pulled that out because I knew that was going to cook fast, left my potatoes in so they could finish. And then on the bottom, I had my chicken. So really, in an hour, I've got it all done. So this is 1 color, and it includes, like I said, the air fryer baskets, the 2 5-quarts, and 2 nonstick crisper trays. It also comes with these 2 removable stack racks. And these are wonderful because you can actually cook 4 foods at once. You're able to put this on the inside. Oops, I had it on backwards. Put this on the inside so that you can cook 2 foods at once. You have essentially 2 racks here. So that is wonderful for making all different types of foods. Now, oh, awesome. So we have also the skewers, which I love. Look at these skewers. They're on the screen here. You can see that they come with 5 of them. And these are wonderful for making all types of things. I love to do like veggie skewers or teriyaki chicken skewers. You can even do steak. And your food really gets super crispy when you're cooking in the Ninja DoubleStack. So those tongs are wonderful. Sorry, those skewers are wonderful. But these tongs, I have to tell you, you can see they have that little edge and they just sit right on the counter. So nothing really touches the counter. It's quite wonderful. Love those. I am obsessed with this. I love that it's vertical. And as a chef, but also as a wife, I love being able to get my meal out. So 2 things I want to share with you are Match Cook and Smart Finish. So Smart Finish cooks 2 different foods, 2 different ways, but they finish at the same time. So here I had some broccoli. Now this took about 15 minutes. So I was able to set the broccoli to cook for 15 minutes. And you can see here those racks in action. We have, 4 different types of foods, and they're all being cooked at the same time. And then I also want to talk to you about Match Cook. This actually syncs the cooking settings so that you can have your food cook at the same time as well. So if you wanted to make 2 large 5-quart baskets of fries, you could have them finish at the exact same time. But again, if you wanted to do Smart Finish and you wanted to cook 2 different foods, you can have them cook at 2 different settings, but they will also finish at the same time. I really love that you can see this is here where it's holding that second food load, but look, they're all ready at the same time. So it really optimizes your ability to have everything ready at the same time, making sure the kids are fed, the adults are fed, no picky eaters here when you have the Ninja DoubleStack at home. So again, I made my broccoli earlier, and I have here some chicken teriyaki. I did some sliced chicken breast. I did a bunch of veggies, and I'm going to add them on top. And look at this, a complete meal. I did have some microwave rice to kind of make things easy, but you can see everything cooked and finished at the exact same time. I also have to explain this capacity. So you can see that you can really get the most crispy outputs here. And that's because of our Ninja tech in air frying. We have really set high standards. We want to make sure that at home, you're getting the best outputs. So I love using that air fry function and that air broil just to kind of give that really nice high heat to foods to make them super crispy. You can see here, all that chicken got really nice and crispy, and I'm just adding a little more teriyaki sauce on top. But really the options are endless. Anything that you traditionally make in your oven, this is gonna take 65% faster. This is going to take 65% faster time. It's really revolutionary. And what's so cool is it doesn't take up that much space in your kitchen. And we did our work at Ninja. We made sure that this is going to sit underneath your countertop, or sorry, underneath your cabinets. So don't worry, it might look like it's tall, but we have done our work to make sure that it will definitely fit in your kitchen. So you've got to take this home. I truly, truly love it. Want to see if I'm missing anything. I'll say that number again. So we're at K98335. And again, you're getting 2 air fryers for the price of 1. You're getting 2 separate cooking zones, really for the price of 1. I was able to make French toast sticks and bake crispy bacon, have them cook at separate temperatures, but I pressed that match cook so that it synced and it made sure that they were going to be ready at the exact same time. So you can get, those crispy French toast sticks for a nice Saturday or Sunday morning, or really any day of the week because they cook so fast. And you can see I have the most crispy bacon. And that's what you get when you're using our Ninja products. We really want to keep those standards high so that you're getting that crispy food at home, but you're not getting all that fat that you have when you're using traditional cooking methods. So look in action. You're seeing here. This is our stacked meals. We have essentially your asparagus, your salmon, then you have your chicken fingers and your fries, and you have those essentially 4 areas of an air fryer to be able to cook 4 different foods at once. I love this dish. I love this meal especially because the kids can have what they want, their chicken fingers and fries, or the adults, and then you're able to go in there, press that smart finish, and cook 4 different kinds of foods 2 different ways. So they're going to finish at the same time. You can set those different temperatures because your chicken fingers probably cook at a much higher temperature because they're frozen than your salmon does. So I am just truly a fan of this tech. It really allows you to get dinner on the table in a flash. You can see here all those different blades. And then I also want to just talk about really what you get. And this is the 2 air fryers for the price of 1. So this is 10-quart capacity. You're getting the air fryer. It really has 2 separate fans and 2 separate heating elements. You're getting 2 air fryers. You're also getting these skewers, which I love. They're wonderful for making teriyaki chicken skewers or steak and potatoes. And then I love the tongs here. They're wonderful. They have that little standoff. And you're also getting those racks. You're getting the nonstick racks and the crisper trays. So really all in one. You're paying for 1 air fryer, but you're getting 2. And like I said, you can cook up to 4 foods at once. So the capacity is outrageous, but when you think about it, you're only taking up the space of having 1 air fryer. So I'm a huge fan of this. I want to show you something that I love, which is these tongs. I keep calling them tongs. They're skewers. But these skewers, they're metal, which I love because if you are an avid griller or a user of skewers, the wood ones are not so great. You have to soak them and they get pieces of wood in your food, honestly. So you gotta stick with the metal ones. And I love that this product comes with it. So look, I made these really easy veggie skewers, and this is something that was so easy to do. I just added a little olive oil and some seasoning and sort of just strung them on. And I love that you can fit so much on here. So big fan of these. And then I was talking about the tongs earlier. Love these. They have that standoff and they're nonstick. Oh, I forgot to talk about that. These are dishwasher safe. So anything you use that comes with the Ninja DoubleStack, throw it in the dishwasher. I can totally tell you I've had those moments where I've got a ton of stuff on the bottom, especially from that whole chicken I made earlier. But I have to tell you, the fact that I can put that in the dishwasher, so easy. So I have to tell you also, this gets up to 450 degrees, which is hot. And when you're like me, you're a chef. Well, maybe you're not all chefs, but when you're thinking like me as a chef, you want to cook at a high heat because that's how you get really crispy skin, really crispy edges. And I love that you can cook up to 450. So you can go as low as I think it's about 90 degrees, which is wonderful if you want to dehydrate. You can make beef jerky, you can make fruit leather, you can make gorgeous dehydrated citrus for your cocktails or your mocktails. And again, love that it goes up to 450 because I'm able to get that really crispy skin that I wouldn't get if I was cooking at a lower temperature. So a really incredible choice to bring home today. And I'll just mention again, this is K98335. And an incredible price too. And tell me if I'm wrong, but I do see that's $249. Am I right? Oh, it's $209. Okay, so you're really getting an incredible discount. Oh, the sale price. I'm looking at the QVC price, but you're getting the sale price. So that's $209, and it actually is 5 easy payments of $42. So that's pretty incredible. We launched this not too long ago. So the fact that you're getting it for an incredible sale of $209, that's great. And ooh, 15,000 have been sold. That's crazy. And to think about that, I was a part of the test kitchen that helped develop this product. I spent, many, many hours trying to figure out like, how are we gonna get the most crispy fries? How are we gonna get the most crispy whole chickens and to bring you all this delicious food? So you're gonna wanna bring this home because like I said, 2 air fryers for the price of 1 and the space of 1. That's the other thing. It's vertical. You're able to keep it on your countertop and not worry about having so many air fryers, but you're able to cook so much food. We had that video up earlier that really showed that you can make 4 different foods at once. You can make a meal for yourself in the top. You can make a meal for yourself, a meal for the kids in the bottom. So nobody is upset about having 2 air fryers, on your countertop, but in the space of 1. You can see here again, we have, that adult meal, that kids meal happening. So we have the asparagus and salmon with those stacked racks, which I love. I think it really optimizes the capacity to be able to cook so much in one space. And guess what? You can use that smart finish or that match cook function. And just to go over it again, that smart finish actually cooks 2 different foods, 2 different ways, but they finish at the same time. And then match cook will sync your cook settings. So if you wanted to do essentially 4 pounds of fries in all these compartments, you can. And guess what? They'll finish at the same time. So you can really optimize how much you're making and the ability to get everything on the table all at once. So you can see here, the chicken is crispy. Oh, I definitely have the wrong number. So I want to make sure I'm reading the right number. And it's 30. I'm going to come a little bit closer to make sure you can see. 310583. Oops. Okay, awesome. So yeah, I'm super, super excited to show this to you. And I am just a huge fan of this air fryer. I have one at home, and everyone around me always asks, how does this work? And it really is the ability to cook 4 different foods at once. You have 2 compartments, and that allows you to have essentially 2 air fryers in the space of 1 on your countertop, which I think truly is revolutionary. Okay, so we're back. I just want to talk about I want to talk about the amazing features that the Ninja DoubleStack can give you. I mean, this is a vertical air fryer. So there's really 2 separate fans, 2 separate cooking elements that allow you to cook 4 foods at once or up to 4 foods at once. Here's the video that is going to show you really how this all comes to life. So It's a 2-basket air fryer in the space of one. So you're able to cook up to 10 quarts of capacity. You have,